What's going on with Celtic as well? What the fuck's that all about?
Sack the board. Anyway, so hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. We've been away for a couple of weeks, we're sorry, but we're back for the last episode of the year because we're going away for a couple of weeks to enjoy Christmas with our families.
The last episode went out last week, and some of us aren't going home for Christmas to spend Christmas with their families.
We apologise for last week's episode. It was an absolute shit show.
Oh,
we were meant to speak about the season review, and we just spoke about how we enjoyed F1 in like 2000s.
That's a season review. It might not be this season's review, but it's a season's review.
You said we weren't doing one last week. That's why I just...
Yeah, we already filmed.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did you record back to back? Oh, okay, fair enough.
No, we just recorded one. There was a week where we didn't put out an episode. So
okay.
We recorded it 2 weeks ago and posted it last week.
Fair enough for me to think that there wasn't one last week then. But anyway, so apologies for the spotty upload schedule. We're taking a couple of weeks off for Christmas.
So it's about to get spottier.
the festive season. And then we'll be back in January for all the usual pre-season shenanigans where we talk about God knows what until pre-season testing rolls around.
It's so much fun. And we can properly swear and not give a shit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We have made the decision to stop censoring the videos. And what an episode to do it in the awards ceremony.
I could not be fucked to keep editing all of the swears out because it made the whole editing process like 4 times longer. Because I'm the poor bastard that was like, yeah, I'll edit the video. And then everyone's just like, oh, we'll try to keep it clean. And then every week someone swore. So I'd have to track through it, find it, mute it, upload the sound, re-render the video.
The best one was the very first episode.
Nia's, straight off the bat.
And we had agreed that we would try and limit the swearing, especially because Nia was it, and it was Nia that broke it.
Right off the rip.
That was unreal.
One big shit and then an
Anyway, yeah. So there will be a slight change to our content from now on as well. But yeah, let's start off with the news of the past couple of weeks. F1 broke a little bit in the period we were away. It descended into a bit of civil war, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sexist civil war.
Not a good look. Let's put it that way.
The FIA done usual FIA things.
But the FIA going after one of their own so publicly.
Yeah.
When you're trying to make it a bit of a flagship series as well.
Basically, out of nowhere, there was a report from one media source, I think it was, that Toto Wolff had mentioned something that no one was supposed to know about in a team principals meeting, and there had been a complaint. And then the FIA went, "Right, cool, we're going to investigate." All Mercedes and Susie Wolff were both like, "Hey, what the hell? How are you investigating this?" And didn't even tell us that you were going to investigate before you published a media statement. And then the other 9 teams turned around and was like, "Yeah, we didn't complain." And then the FIA were like, "Oh, okay, investigation finished." What?
Yeah.
So funny.
I think... Right, so a number of things wrong here. One, the FIA not informing the Wolves that there was going to be an investigation. 2, it's one media outlet that's made this report. Where's the due diligence from the FIA in terms of validating this response?
Also,
and 3,
the FIA who attend the team principals meetings.
Yeah, quite. 3, if there was a complaint, actually who made it? Because all of the other teams unified very quickly in a scene that is almost completely unheard of in the world of Formula One. It takes it takes great tragedy or complete seriousness to bring all 9 teams together that quickly. Or 9 other teams together that quickly. Obviously, Mercedes were on board. But, like, what is going on? And then they didn't even properly apologise.
Yeah. I was on Twitter the day the statements came out, and it was the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Because I think it was Williams posted first. It was either Williams or Aston Martin, and they were like, oh, well, you would say that. You're a Mercedes customer team. And then the other Mercedes customer team. Then it was like Ferrari. It's like, oh. Then Christian Horner appeared on Sky, closely followed by the Red Bull statements from both teams. And it kept going. And then Sauber were the only ones not to have posted anything. And it took them a while. Everybody was like, Sauber? Got something to say? But then eventually their statement followed. But
Sauber admin was asleep.
Funny. Everyone was just tweeting the Sauber admin like, what are you doing? Where's your statement? It was you.
Yeah, not a good day to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Sauber Twitter admin takes a power nap, wakes up, and is absolutely bombarded by, it was you!
So that was the brief civil war. We'll wait to see if there's any more fallout from that. Susie Wolf has basically came out and said she's on the war path.
Good.
And wants to get to the bottom of what happened. So we will keep an eye on things there.
Lewis Hamilton accepting his award at the FIA ceremony and then just taking shots at everyone in the FIA. Beautiful. Also, left his award behind, just gave it to someone else. It's like, yeah, I don't want it.
As it transpires, that is standard practice.
Oh, really?
Where they leave it behind to give to an FIA official, who then posts it to Team HQ.
So the person that just
Lewis
yoinked
Hamilton
it.
thought the person that took it was the FIA official. And so when he said, can I take it? Lewis obviously was like, oh, well, yeah, there you go. I'm done with it. And he just took it home.
Yoink!
But I believe it has now been passed on to Mercedes. And is at the team headquarters where it was supposed to be all along.
Could you imagine that? You just turn up to stream one day and on my shelf in the background is the FIA award.
You've just got Max's trophy behind you. Like, yeah, I've got the World Championship. Deal with it.
Just lean to one side and instead of a Lego spaceship, you've got the World Constructors Championship trophy. Yoink!
But yeah, so that one has been figured out. And then Sauber. Oh, what is this? Stake Formula One team kick Sauber.
I'm predicting a lot of issues because there's a lot of countries that Stake aren't going to be allowed to run sponsorship in. Because for those who aren't aware, Stake is a gambling website and company, which is prohibited in most of Europe, if not all of Europe. You're not allowed to openly advertise gambling because it falls under the same category as like the cigarette companies. That's why Mission Winnow always disappeared on Ferrari for vast points of the season. So I'd anticipate them being okay in the Middle Eastern races, probably in the American races. But I think
they'll be okay at Silverstone as well.
Really?
Well, yeah, because think about it, we openly get Bet365 ads and stuff on TV all the time.
Adverts on the telly are different to adverts on the car, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but there's been Stake on the car anyway.
Oh, okay, then sod it.
I think they should be okay at Silverstone.
This year, probably just be bigger.
Because I'm thinking back to Spa and when they went, it's kick, yeah, and painted the car green.
So I think the car might be getting painted green a few more times next season.
Yeah, but if they get rid of the red, fair enough. If they keep the red and keep the green, then the liveries are right off.
But red and white are Sauber's colours, so
Yeah, but it's Alpha Romeo Sauber at the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but then again, red and white are also Sauber's colours. Like, if you look at their team logo.
Didn't
You could argue blue.
Sauber ran like grey and white at points in the
Wasn't
early
that when they were
2012s?
BMW Sauber, though?
No, because they ran blue and white
Yeah.
back then.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
thinking 2011 when it was just Sauber
Perez.
and they had like
Yeah.
the Chelsea sponsorship.
Mm,
Yeah, there was white and
yeah, that's true, actually.
So they
We
could
don't
just
know,
run
we'll find
they
out.
could just run a grey and green car and it would look hideous.
Livery season is only a month away. We don't have long to wait.
Yeah, true.
Because teams usually start launching the car sort of late January, early February, so we're not far away from car launch season.
Content.
I know. But yeah, that name is absolutely abysmal, and let's just call it Sauber.
Yeah, and speaking of team names, the official 2024 team list was published from the FIA.
Yeah, the entry list was published.
So, as of current entry, it is still Alpha Tauri. They have not changed name or title sponsor or anything, even though they said they would. So, hold on for that one. It's probably coming in the new. I'd imagine it'll come with delivery launch.
Because, well, obviously entry list can be changed at any time.
Yeah.
See, obviously, when your driver gets sick or injured, and the entry lists then obviously get changed. So we will see. There was a slight change, though, to the entry lists from two teams. One of them was AlphaTauri, because it's officially AlphaTauri RB, and so we don't know what the RB means. And Red Bull have dropped the RBPT and just went back to Honda.
Oh,
And are just openly admitting that their engines are Honda engines again. Despite pushing for the engine freeze because Honda was leaving. That's us finished on the naming front. And now we'll move on to the crux of this week's episode, the moment we've been talking about, teasing for the past 12 months since the last one, which was, to be honest, an absolute barrel of laughs. It's time for the Turn 5 Podcast Award ceremony. I'll hand you over to our Master of Ceremonies, Ben. Please take it away.
Hello, and welcome to the smallest award show in humane history. Not because I'm the host. Once again, it's the Turn 5 Podcast Awards, hosted by me, inspired by George Russell, because it's a PowerPoint, and it would help if I'm actually on the PowerPoint. Now, the rules and regulations. That's a name change.
Whoop.
19 awards this year, so that's a long 9 F1 related, 10 Turn 5 related. There's once again a maximum of 5 nominations. They were created by me and decided in a vote this year.
That's a change.
So there's another improvement. The clips were recorded. Obviously, and they'll be shown. The nominee will be announced. The clip will be shown, and we move on to the next nominee. And please don't talk. This is for everyone. Don't talk over the award clips, because we had it last year, and you're sort of hearing the same people speak over the same people. It's very weird.
It was, yeah. Now imagine trying to edit that.
Yeah.
Fair.
So if we do not talk over it, that would be helpful, because audio listeners as well. There's not many of them. Everyone will have to commentate over a future award, and Nia's not here, so we can either pretend that Nia is here and just have no one commentate over it when it gets on Nia, or one of us has to commentate twice.
One of us will do it.
We'll do that classic. They couldn't be here this evening, but we'll accept their award on their behalf.
Yeah. And once again, the winner will receive nothing but a moment to thank their loved ones, or for some, just a moment. Also, one other thing, if I keep looking over it, it's because the Discord and all of that's over there. So I'm looking at the other two. Anyway, moving on. The sponsors. Now, I had to think of a way to improve on last year's sponsor of Richard Streams.
Wow, okay.
And that was, I didn't mean like improve a sponsor. It's the same sponsor. Don't you worry about that.
I was gonna say it's probably the most advertising we get. It's on my starting screen.
There's a lot of work's gone into this project. So, to save copyright laws, if you want to use music, go to Create a Mix or Upbeat. They're both free. And if they copyright this, then I ain't going to be happy. If you want a wide variety of music from cyberpunk, it's mostly cyberpunk. If you need cyberpunk music, just go there because there's full of it. Absolutely full of it. Anyway, the actual sponsor, look at that. Incredible.
Beautiful.
Someone's been on Photoshop.
Someone has been on Photoshop. They made the logo purple.
Yep. That guy was me.
So I can still see orange around the edge.
There's all right. There's an outer layer of orange. I'm not going into it that much. So, to big up the streams, I've created this.
Oh, that's so cursed.
Hopefully the volume's good. Yeah, let's sit back and relax.
Got it. Peace out, bitches. They'll never see me. No! I missed all of the boxes! My chance!
Not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Get on! Yes! Yes! Fucking get in! Ah!
Hey, old man. Give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, fuck. I went the wrong way.
Jonty, it better have been a fucking tasty tikka masala or something spicier. But if you come in here and you tell me you've got Indian food on order, I expect you to fucking tell me what it is without me asking. Good.
Haha, fight me in the water. Your potions don't land, you dumbass.
I have no idea how alongside you are or not. Are you like actually on my inside? If I do this, are you in the barrier? Guess what?
Oh my god!
Oh.
The views out of those McMills is incredible!
George,
You're sick.
what? How have I got a 2-second time penalty for that?
I watched it on Professional Chefs where they said you should never crack eggs on a corner. You should always crack eggs on a flat surface. And I've not gone.
That was Richard Streams. Quality as per. You should get yourself in there. And you see more incredible stuff like that.
Oh.
Moving on.
Can you send me that?
Yep, that's no problem.
Thanks.
I might have to put it in somewhere to transfer it over because it is about a gigabyte.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, the Formula One award.
Yeah.
Moving on
Anyway.
from that most embarrassing of sponsorship videos.
The F1 Awards. Right, we have the worst livery of the year, which includes special liveries. The best livery of the year, which also includes special liveries. The Ferrari strategy of the year. The fumble of the year. The worst race of the year. The Verstappen of the year. And what we mean by that is to inevitably dominate when it doesn't seem possible, or dominate to an extreme level. Perez. And that is to somehow outdo a terrible performance, or to have the best opportunity to get the best result and fumble it massively. Then we have the moment of the year and the comment of the year. Right. First award, the worst livery. Nominee number 1 is the Alfa Romeo, speaking of which, had the Kick sponsorship. You can see it there. Doesn't it look lovely?
I forgot about that one until tonight,
Yeah.
to be honest.
It is awful.
To be honest,
Nominee number
strip the red
2.
off and it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
is bad because it's there.
Yeah, it is bad. Nominee number 2 is the standard Alpine livery, because it's just awful, really, isn't it? There's no other words for it. Nominee number 3 is the AlphaTauri, and it's fair to say when this got announced from all of us, it's by far got the worst reaction.
You've picked quite a flattering angle for it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's not front on. But then it's quite good to have a flattering angle because, you know, it's quite nice not to look at all of the awful stuff on it. And finally, we have the Red Bull Miami livery. That's just where Red Bull just keep their own livery and just add stuff to it to make it look horrendous.
Yeah,
And I can say,
colourful stripes.
with a what's the word? Everyone voted for it.
Unanimous.
That's what I mean. Unanimous decision. The winner was the AlphaTauri.
Way! Woo!
Yeah,
It really
Chris,
is.
you meant to press that.
Oh, is this why we've went uncensored?
No, because I can get away with that.
That's what I'm saying. Is that why we went uncensored?
No,
So you can get away with that?
No, I could have got away with that before.
Alright. The second award is the best livery of the year. Nominee number 1 is the America Haas from COTA, with just the US flag. Isn't it lovely?
You can hear the
Nominee
free bird
number
from
2.
here.
Yeah. Nominee number 2 is the McLaren Triple Crown. It's beautiful. Nominee number 3 is the standard Alfa Romeo. And a good looking car, probably the best from all the standard liveries. And finally, we have the Ferrari from Vegas.
It just slapped.
Unreal.
It just
Unreal.
slapped.
Once again, by unanimous decision. Because I've been watching UFC too much. It's the Ferrari from Vegas. No celebration for that one. No one
I can't do it. It brings up an overlay
Chris,
that shows up.
You're on
celebration sounds.
You're on celebration duty now, Chris.
Ah, okay, I found that.
There it goes.
Well done, Ferrari.
And next.
The next award is the Ferrari strategy of the year. The first one is when they were at Monaco and both cars were told to stay out on lap 55 when it was absolutely pelting it down with rain, and you could quite obviously see that you needed inters, and they just left them out for 2 laps, and they both pit at the same time, costing them both time. And you see the pit stop there, where I think it's Carlos holding Charlotte, but I'm not sure. Nominee number 2 is Silverstone, when they left signs out during a safety car on old hards for track position to then lose all of the track position. Nominee number 3 is Netherlands for Leclerc calling in late for inters at the start of the race, and the team weren't ready, and they decided to take their time with that pit stop and not be in a rush at all. And then finally, we have USA Cota making Leclerc do a 1-stop when it was quite clearly a 2-stop race, and he went from a P4 to P6 to then get disqualified. Well done.
And the winner is...
And the winner is Silverstone for leaving signs out. It's a surprise.
I am stupid.
Yep.
I felt that was appropriate for Ferrari messing up.
Yep. Moving on. Speaking of fumbles, it is the fumble of the year. Now, the first nominee is the F1 graphics at Miami for showing a stranger and claiming that it's Roger Federer. There, you can see him. Big old Rog. Go on, mate. Nominee number 2 is the FIA for declaring SQ2 of the Spa Sprint shootout not wet, and Lance Stroll decided to go on and put mediums on and put it in the wall. I must declare that this was all put together before they decided to go after Susie Wolf.
That's post-season. It's not eligible for this year's contest.
That's eligible for next year.
Nominee number 3 is Stroll having to apologise for his behaviour after the Qatar weekend. You can see him in a post-race interview. And then finally, we have Perez for the whole year. But now, this one was a lot tighter. Winning by just 1 vote. 1 vote more, obviously. There wasn't just 1 vote.
1 vote total.
It's Lance Stroll for his behaviour at Qatar. Shocking. Oh, and there's Perez moments, which is quite funny, actually. So if you search up Perez moments, the 4th thing that comes up is him crashing.
Next.
It's the worst race of the year.
The award everyone wants to win.
Yeah, we don't do normal shit around here. We do the worst shit. The first nominee is Azerbaijan for the best moment, being when Ocon came into the pits and nearly hit photographers. That is the only thing that happened during that race.
That's a good point.
Nominee number 2 is Miami. Verstappen starting from 9th, and will.i.am released one of the worst songs ever made. And you can see the pre-race there, and that
God.
took about half an hour of our lives, and it gives everyone trauma.
And we'll never get it back.
And then finally, we have Abu Dhabi, and that's just taxes from previous races being awful. And this year's, it was all right.
It was
It
nothing
wasn't the
special.
worst race of the year, but it deserves to be in this category due to previous races. We won't forget about them. And the
He announced the
winner. The winner was Azerbaijan.
What a fucking idiot!
Is there any of these awards clips that are normal?
Yeah,
Yeah, just the
Okay.
first one.
the original.
All right.
Yeah.
Or you can just use the
award
Discord golf
celebration.
clap.
True.
See, I can clap.
Moving
It'll
on.
come through on my end.
Award you see a second ago is the Verstappen of the year with a massive Dutch flag. Nominee number 1 is Miami for starting from 9th with an informed Perez on pole, and Max overcut him by about 30 laps and won the race by 5 seconds. Nominee number 2 is at Monaco when there was talks of Perez in a title fight. Perez just crashed in Q1, and then Max went on to win by 28 seconds and firmly closed them conversations. Nominee number 3 is Hungary, probably his most dominant race of the year, where he won by a whopping 33 seconds. And Red Bull broke the record of consecutive constructor wins. Nominee number 4 was Netherlands. Never lost there since they've gone back. And I can announce the winner was, and is, Hungary for winning by 33 seconds. Well done, Max. I hope you don't win next year. Right, the next award is the Perez of the Year. It's a big one. Nominee number 1 is Monaco, after disappointment of Miami, going to a place where he won in 2022. You know, you're thinking that he could put his foot down again. He put his foot into the wall, and there you can see,
Top bands.
came about 18th or something like that. Nominee number 2 is Singapore, a masterclass in how not to overtake and get away with it. As you see there, poor Alex, about to be sent
to the nth
to the wrong
dimension.
way. Yeah. Nominee number 3 is Japan. After Singapore, you're seeing that he couldn't overtake. You think it can't get any worse. It did. He then decided to take out Magnussen and got given a 5-second penalty. He retired due to damage. And then he got sent back out to serve that 5-second penalty. And then finally, we have Mexico, for not only did he try and win the race at the first turn and go airborne, but he also had had to have security guards as Checo fans blamed him for Perez's performances. And now, I didn't put this one in the vote, so I apologise for that.
What is this?
As if there was one award that I forgot to put in. It was a Perez of the Year.
He's Perez himself.
Yeah. So
I was
We'll do the
thinking that I
vote
didn't
now.
remember voting for
Yeah.
Perez of the Year.
I forgot to put it in. It's quite ironic. So
Can we just have a vote now then? Live.
Yeah. Let's do the vote
Okay.
live. Starting
Uh,
with you, Chris. Which race?
Starting with me. It has to be Mexico.
Rich.
Japan.
Well, Japan is the winner. Well done, Japan. It's just
Like, how many races do you have someone DNF twice?
Yeah,
Insane.
true. But it's just the fact that Mexico was his home Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And he
yeah,
absolutely
I get
yeeted himself at the first turn.
yeah, but Japan was
Take
just an
off.
embarrassment for the sport.
Oh, yeah.
Japan was insane. As in, You can see the picture. Of Perez
Whee!
doing airborne. Moving on, it's the F1 moment of the year. Now, the first nominee is Stroll hitting Alonso 4 corners into his debut race at Aston. You see it there. It provided great entertainment at the start of the season, with Alonso moaning on the radio for about 20 laps saying, "Who was it that hit him?" And the team saying nothing at all.
Don't worry about it, lad. It's fine.
Yeah.
You carry on.
Nominee number 2 is Nico Rosberg being insulted by a child on Sky F1 Kids at Hungary. Now, this child decided to call him Brittany, which is his nickname in the F1 paddock, due to Jensen, Lewis, and Webber. And Nico took that to heart and told that child off on live telly at the race at Hungary. Nominee number 3 is Perez being interviewed as Max set the fastest lap at Mexico. Like, see him there, talking it in the paddock, and Max just pops him in the fastest lap. Incredible. Nominee number 4 is Bruce Buffer announcing Perez at Vegas. And it provided this really awkward moment, which was really funny. And I can announce that the winner is Nico Rosberg being insulted by a child. Well done, Nico.
How not to deal with kids.
Yep.
If you haven't seen that, please go on YouTube and search it up. It is so funny.
It is so cringe.
It's incredible. Right, and the last F1 award is the comment of the year. Now, the first nominee is Otmar on losing his job at Alpine. He said, "Changes take time. I signed some good people from other teams, but they won't join until 2024 or 2025. I always say, you can't get 9 people pregnant and hope to have a baby in a month." Great inspiration there from Otmar Safner. You can see him there. He's not very happy in that picture. Nominee number 2 is Helmut Marko on Perez's 2024 contract at Mexico. He said, "How many times do I have to repeat this? Checo has a contract for 2024, and that will happen the weekend until the first lap of the race."
I thought I was just going to be Helmut Marko's rampant racism on Checo, to be honest.
But I didn't really want to promote Helmut Marko being racist.
Oh, God.
Moving on. No, you see him there lifting a trophy. His arms still work for now. Max Verstappen. Finally, we have Max Verstappen on Vegas. He said, "Monaco is Champions League. Vegas is National League." And
I feel like that comes
the
across
winner-
as more savage to us Brits because the National League
Yeah.
is below League
Below
2.
Football League. So the winner is Helmut Marko for that incredible comment, saying that a driver can have a super weekend until the most important part of the weekend. Well done. Well done, Helmut. Now, we move on to the important section. The Turn 5 podcast awards. Now, these are the awards. We have the Unfair Treatment Award, also known as Chris of the Year.
What?
What?
Why is it called Chris of the Year?
Well, 'cause you probably get the most unfair treatment, don't you? So
Fair.
the next award will be the Preseason Moment of the Year. That's new. Then we have Punt of the Year. That's also new. Now, at Punt of the Year, we will commentate over the clips. I've shown the original clip, and then after the first clip of the incident that was shown, there'd be a slow motion replay over it. So we have a spin wheel, we'll see who it gets, and from there,
We got to
that
commentate.
person can commentate over it.
Oh, God.
And then we have all of the seasonal championship predictions, like lap down, bowl prediction, podium, all of that. Then back to the stupid awards, we have Idiot of the Year, also known as that I Am Stupid award. Then we have the classic Rant of the Year, Joke of the Year, Savage Comment of the Year, Cancel of the Year, Prediction of the Year, and the big Moment of the Year. Now, we have all the award winners from that last year. We have Rich there winning 4,
Oh,
Rant,
mate.
Joke, Savage, and he got the Unfair Treatment award. If you're wondering why, it's because he had to edit this podcast. And then we have Nia, who isn't here, who has 2. One of us will have to give our winning speech for Nia because she isn't here. So then Nia's also won Joke of the Year with Rich about the gay sex. We have
Didn't that
her
also
winning...
win Moment of the Year?
Yeah, that did also win Moment of the Year. Then we have Chris with the Longest Wait of the Year and Idiot of the Year. And then why did you win Idiot of the Year, Chris? Was that the filming? Was a slow motion?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I feel like that was
no.
portrait rather than landscape.
No, that was this year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It was because you didn't know how the podcast worked.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why Rich
won
won
the
the
Rant of the Year.
Yeah. And then finally we have me winning Cancel of the Year from the Queen Diane and the Prediction of the Year because I decided I won that award. Now, the first award, yeah, you can... conspiracy. Blatant bias.
It wasn't even voted on last year.
The Unfair Treatment Award. The first nominee is Lance Stroll for his consistent bullying and bias against him. That poor bloke gets away with nothing. Nominee number 2 is Perez for not mentioning good performance over the season and consistently bringing up the poor performances, like the awards in like the previous half an hour. Nominee number 3 is Logan Sargent, consistently getting picked for the first driver to get lapped down. Poor bloke. And finally, we have 2 more. We have Nick DeFries for getting bullied in the workplace. That poor bloke. And then we have Chris for being Chris.
Couldn't even have picked a better photo either.
It's the only picture I have of you, Chris, and that's from the episode.
There was loads uploaded to the Google Drive, which you can access. You also have me on Facebook, where you could have just took a photo.
I don't have Facebook.
Oh dear. Anyway, just announce the winner.
Right. Well done, Chris. You have won the award.
Oh, good on.
What have you got to say?
Thank you. Moving on.
Moving on. We have the pre-season moment of the year.
God.
Now, this is from... There's a load of things I do in moment of the year. There was about 10 things, and 5 of them happened before the season even started. So I thought I'd get this together for the pre-season moment of the year. Our first nominee is Rich, sleeping through the testing. Now, we don't have the footage for this, so we just have that picture.
It should be on YouTube. I'm sure we uploaded it.
It's probably the only one that we didn't upload.
Yeah, true.
Now, going into the first clip, we have Nia for disclaiming she has rubber ducks and not live ducks in her car.
I wasn't watching, but for context, I have ducks in the back of my car, just for context. Rubber ducks. Rubber ducks, natural ducks.
Thank you, Nia. Nominee number 3 is once again Nia for forgetting Tommy's name from P1 with Matt and Tom.
The podcast for WTF1 when it was the 3 of them. So with Matt and I forgot his name.
Tommy? Wow.
That was poor. Well done, Nia. That was awful. And finally, we have Rich, where everyone's reaction saying when he's seeing a golf wrapped Fiat 500.
Drove past a
a complete left field vehicle. It was a Fiat 500 that had been wrapped in the McLaren Golf livery from Monaco.
Do that. Yeah,
That's
I want to
criminal.
see
It's a Fiat 500.
And it just had a massive golf logo on the bonnet. And I was like, you know what? You do you. It didn't actually look that bad.
It's still criminal.
So I need to do that now. And I can announce that the winner is Rich for sleeping during testing.
Thank you. I just want to say I was putting my health first. Sleep is important. Make sure you get your 8 hours.
Yeah.
Jose Corner will return for 2024 preseason testing.
I don't have a sofa in the back. I mean, I could gym cam and actually be in bed.
That would be taking Jose Corner to a whole new extreme.
Yeah.
The next award is Punt of the Year. Now, this is what we'll be commentating over. So, should we first up that? So, should we sort out who's commentating over what first, or
yeah?
How many clips are there?
So there is 4 clips.
So how about you take clip number 1, Richard takes 2, I'll do 3 and 4. Sorted.
Chris. I've got this spinny wheel.
Oh, okay.
So
we can just delete Nia off that, can't you?
The first clip will be
Nia
commentated over by Rich.
Sound.
Well done. Right. The second will be Chris.
Cool.
And then the third will be me. And then whoever wants to do Nia can choose Nia's.
We'll just do a Sky commentary and all do it.
Yes, genius. Right. So if I go on the PowerPoint.
Right.
The first nominee is Chris on F123 for punting me and Rich at turn 1 of Imola. Now, there's no sound for this. No sound for this at all, so feel free to go whenever you want.
Oh, okay. So, dangerous move to the left there, trying to cover off the inside, but too late. And then he's clearly got on the grass and outbraked himself and absolutely ruined everyone's race there. He's done a George Russell. He's touched the grass on the outside, ploughed into the back of myself. 10 second stop and go penalty for a skill issue. I think he's got away with that there. Ruining 2 people's corners in one fell swoop.
Shocking. Awful from Chris there. Nominee number 2. Over to you, Chris. For Nia on Euro Truck Simulator for hitting a fence 15 seconds into playing the game.
So we're setting out from the yard, getting ready to move onto the road. And outstandingly, she's hit the fence. There's just no words, Jeff. It's unbelievable. Tries to reverse to save it, but the damage has already been done. Let's catch that in slow motion. Does not have the swing whatsoever. Clips it with a cab and then just rams it with the trailer. And the fence has been penalised in true FIA fashion.
Wow. That is shocking. Now, nominee number 3 is Rich on Euro Truck Simulator. We've seen this earlier. She sent Nia to space. This is incredible. I'll let it play out and then I'll commentate over the slow-mo bit. You see the truck go flying there. It's insane. And here we are, the slow-mo replay in the mirror. You see the move across. It clearly cuts over Nia's line. Nia goes flying to absolutely anywhere. And there you go, the time penalty. 15 seconds stop and go. The next services.
The
I'm
15
sure
minutes
he'd
stop
get
and go, not
himself-
even second.
Oh yeah, 15-minute. I do apologise. I got that wrong. That is awful.
Classic FIA condition of the
Now-
rainbow.
It's like
Nominee
the
number 4.
in Formula E they gave out like a 29-minute time penalty or something earlier this season.
What?
Yeah.
Now, nominee number 4. I had to get one for me. I didn't do this on purpose, by the way. This was purely on accident because it's very important racing on iRacing. And so finally, we have me for spending money to create an almighty pilot at Watkins Glen. So, here you see Watkins Glen. I'm in the Ferrari. Let it play out. I just catch myself on the grass, into the Red Bull. See you later. I can't drive. Hit the Williams. Off he goes. There you go. It's absolute carnage.
So just gets a snap oversteer.
Snap of
as they go
oversteer,
into
sends
the
me wider.
apex, tries to recover it, can't quite. Well, gathers it well,
Doesn't-
and
so
touches
touches
the
the
grass
grass,
and
that's
just
it.
Gets the
slides,
grass.
takes out the Red
There you
Bull.
go. Pretty quick fine, and Perez's 2024 drive. And I purposely cut it off early so you didn't see the rest. And...
Cuts off the slow-mo to avoid being
I
accused of
announced.
causing absolute carnage.
Yep. I want to keep my iRacing license, please. Thank you.
I think we should submit that to the iRacing stewards.
No. Purely on accident. That makes it sound like I'd done that on purpose.
Yeah.
Right, and the winner by unanimous vote is Rich for sending Nia. It was insane.
Thank you. That was
Now-
tactical move on my part.
I think now we go over to your awards, Rich.
Oh God. Oh yeah,
If you are ready.
I am ready. Let me just. Right. So we have 3 championships that we run each season. We'll be adding a 4th next year in the form of the Perez position predictor. But we'll start with Lapdown Showdown. In 4th place with a measly 1 point for the season was Nia.
Oh my god.
In 3rd place with 3 was Chris. It's close at the top. 5 points and 6 points to determine second and third.
Over the season. That's pathetic.
Well, there were some races where nobody scored points because nobody got lapped. So, but
True.
in 2nd place is me with 5 points. Ben has won Lapdown Showdown 2023 with 6 points. Now,
Thank you. That is all from predicting that no one's going to get lapped.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be bothered to put in a prediction.
yep. The Bold Prediction Championship. Now, I didn't win it by absolute landslide this year because no groundhog got run over at Canada, so I didn't get my 100-point bonus. Instead, the whole team was separated by 2 points. In last place on 4 points is me.
God.
Tied in 2nd on 5 points is Nia and Ben, which means Chris has won it with 6 points. And his celebrations will be short-lived as we move on to the Podium Prediction Championship. The big one. The one that everyone wants to win. In last place on 87 points. It's Chris. In 4th place on 89 points. Sonia. In third place on 94 points is Ben. In second place on 95 points is Nia. And in first place, hitting 100 points, is me.
Wanker.
There you have
What
it.
have you got to say for yourself, Rich?
I feel like I'm blessed to win this championship. Had Nia actually put in a year's worth of predictions, we probably would have all lost. But you know, she's dumbass and missed 3 weeks. So you know, it just goes to show: stick to the grind, and you can come out on top.
Right.
Next category,
Now-
please.
Now we move on to the nitty-gritty stuff. It's the big ones. It's the idiot of the year. Now, Chris, if you would like to, once this award is celebrated, use the award celebration too, that would come in handy.
Okay.
Right. The first nominee is Chris for saying Alvaro Morata instead of Eduardo Mortara.
Alvaro Morata is in 19th with 3 points.
I thought he played for Juve.
Oh, wait, no. Eduardo Mortara.
Alvaro Morata.
I've been-
Eduardo Mortara.
I just seen MOR in my head.
What did you
I've been
say?
ill all weekend. MOR, just MOR.
Well, they
Um,
didn't finish well, so
yeah,
we've got
exactly.
something in common.
He's in 19th with 3 points.
Hold on, Chris. Nominee number 2 is me for getting a replacement steering wheel for thinking that it's broke, for me to find out that I just put the power cable in wrong. I was a moron.
Oh.
Okay.
I bought a new wheel and I thought it didn't work. And I got the replacement. That was first day. And it turns out I had the power cable in the wrong way.
Why did you not think to check that at any point?
There's an arrow on the power cable pointing up. So I just thought it went in the power bit up. Turns out it goes in sideways.
I'm
So-
more intrigued about the fact that the power cable fit the slot the wrong way round.
Yeah, it was a struggle, but it fit.
If it was a struggle, did you not think
Maybe this is
isn't
wrong.
Right.
Maybe turn it
Yeah,
another
I
way.
thought that the second time when I got the replacement, and then I found out I put it in the wrong way.
You're such a melt.
Did you pay for the replacement?
No, they paid for it. They're in the mud now. Cheers for their money. I've just cost them a lot of money. Pardon me.
You're
Being a
s-
fucking moron.
you're
Cost
such
me
a
a month
bellend.
of racing that. 1 whole month of just having a steering wheel sat there thinking that it's broke.
Yeah, but
It's
can you
completely
imagine?
fine.
Can you imagine the returns department when they're trying to figure out what's wrong with the steering wheel that you've sent back?
Moving on.
Imbecile.
Nominee number 3 is Chris for his filming vertical/portrait intro and outro for a podcast that films horizontally/landscape.
Welcome to this week's Turn 5 podcast, live from a very busy and very noisy Silverstone Grand Prix pit lane. Of course, as always, when I'm at the Grand Prix, I'll bring you all the action that I can, as well as the full episode when I get back to home on Monday. But enjoy the pictures, videos from the track, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye for now.
Hello again. A moment ago, when you heard from me, it was at the end of a rather noisy pit lane. I'm not there anymore, obviously.
Well done, Chris.
Good old Chris, Captain
That's
Obviousing
the
at
way-
the end there as well.
Yeah, the way he says pit lane is so good. Do you leave it a second? Welcome to the Silverstone pit lane.
Dramatic.
Nominee number 4 is me for being on an F1 podcast and not being able to say chassis.
Oh, he's done it! He's done it!
Yeah. He's been
Teaching
practicing.
me for about a minute, not being able to say it.
Well, they changed the sashi back.
The what now?
I can't say the word.
Strategy?
No, I can't. I'm thinking of saying it wrong, so I can't say it right.
Don't.
Do you want to type?
Where they changed
I do apologise.
the old car again, where it's really crap. I just say that.
They revert to the upgrades?
Yeah.
I don't know how you got that. We're getting that wrong.
Yeah, what word are you trying to like? Send it
I
in.
can't
Send
say
it in the
it.
Discord.
I can't.
Yeah, please type it.
Please.
It's the CHASSIS.
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 Yeah. I can't say.
Chassis.
Yeah, I still can't say. I've got a list now. It's fine.
Breaking news. Ben's an idiot.
You know it's big when I pop out gym cam.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a nominee or not. There is. It's me not knowing what a periscope is. Fair to say there's been an idiotic year for me.
Get a periscope out.
Anyway.
You just don't get binoculars out.
No, not binos. Periscope.
Why are you doing that then?
Because you still look into a periscope like a pair of
that's like
binos.
that, isn't it?
No,
it's
that's
not that.
The periscope.
You're talking about a telescope, Ben.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is a
Yeah,
periscope
periscope's
is-
what submarines use.
Yeah, to look
Oh,
out
it's
from
like-
the
like
top.
goes
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still like that then, isn't it?
No, it's got two. You shove your whole
That's it.
face in it.
Yeah.
Top quality
Well done, me.
content here. Top quality.
So I can announce that the winner is me for not knowing that the steering wheel's broke.
That is the most appropriate.
Yeah, that's why it was created. I didn't have enough. That's cost me a month of racing. Of just having a steering wheel sat there in a corner, being like, I can't use that. It's broke.
The other thing is
Turns
to
out.
play on controller.
Steering wheel's so much more fun.
Yeah,
You
but
get
it's
to
just
pretend that you're racing and take out strangers and ruin their day.
like you did on iRacing.
Yeah, like I did on iRacing. Now, the next award, it's a very big one. It's the Rant of the Year. Now, the first nominee, speaking of playing games on a controller, it's Rich, making the F1 games playable on controller. Now, in quotes, this was before F1 23 was made, so they have made it more usable. It's just at this time, it very much wasn't.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's another thing. Can we make Monaco drivable on a controller again, please?
No, of course not. Why would you ever do that? Spend £800 on a steering wheel and then realize that you actually need a drive motor to go into it. So spend another £1,000 in that, and then realize that that doesn't come with pedals. So spend another £500 on a set of pedals, and then realize it doesn't come with anything to attach it to your table. So then spend another £350 on some kind of like setup, and then realize you haven't got a chair that fits with that. So then spend another £500 on a seat, and then once you're £3,587 deep, realize you're still at the game.
I stand by my comments.
Yeah, I think that fact's there. Nominee number 2 is Nia for when the Pit Stop Boys decided to cancel themselves on Screaming Meals.
Something. I don't know the other guy's name.
But they also have other drivers
They
as
have
guests.
yes.
And in this instance, Juan Manuel Correa was there. Nia, do you want to take us through what they said?
Yeah, so I've got the video up here. And they basically just say that no one cares about racing, basically. No one cares where drivers end up in a championship. They just care about Drive to Survive and stuff that happens away from the track, which is very much inaccurate. considering, and also the Screaming Meals podcast on a separate episode commented on the fact that their audience is predominantly female, and I think some of them just listen to the podcast and don't watch races, which is completely fine. You know, people might have found them away from racing and got into racing through them. You know, you never know. But say that in front of three drivers, who have given their lives to racing, including Manuel Correa, who almost lost his life to racing and lost a close friend to racing. Very much the worst thing you probably could say in front of them.
Well said, Neil. Yep. Nominee number 3 is, I've included everyone for this, for when Stroll overtook Gasly off the track at Silverstone. Now, I've included everyone because it's to do with Lance Stroll.
Because that was clearly a safety car. Just press the button.
No. I don't... This is the stewards, though. Stroll overtaking Gasly off the track.
No further investigation.
Push
Fine. And then he gets a black and white flag for track limits.
Banter. That is top banter.
How on earth does that make sense?
Hey, he's gone over the white line, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, overtaking Gasly.
Look, we might have admitted that he's just been pushed out there, but we're still going to slap him with a track limits violation. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious, but it's ridiculous. In one sentence, you've said, "We understand there was not enough room for you on the circuit at this point." But on the other hand, you're not on the circuit. So here's a track limits violation for you. Make it make sense.
Insane, it's fair to say. We've learned a lot about the FIA in the previous weeks, and we all know that they're fucking morons. Nominee number 4 is me at the Gran Turismo film for calling Hungary other tracks.
It's a good film, but there's very little annoyances in it. And that is the fact that at the start, we go to the start of GT Academy, we go to Silverstone. For that, Silverstone looks oddly like Hungary backwards. Oh, it's because it is Hungary backwards. Yeah. Right, okay. And then at the end of the film, it finishes at Le Mans. But that straight looks oddly like Hungary. I don't think Le Mans starts with a downhill right hairpin.
Oh,
but this one does.
Yes.
The worst thing about it is the fact that parts of Le Mans they've actually CGI'd the straight. So do you know on the pitch, the back of massive long straight when in Forza you see the McDonald's?
The Mulsanne straight, yeah.
They've actually CGI'd parts of that, so it actually looks like it. But then, the final scene where you watch him get a podium at the last lap, last corner, is just the left-right hairpins at Hungary, and then you're like, why? It's so infuriating. It was so obvious it is Hungary.
Well done, Gran Turismo. Nominee number 5 is me at Chris for letting Rich have a bold prediction of the Monza curse break-in. Now, to put that into context, that prediction means Max Verstappen winning Monza. 3 out of the 4 of us predicted Max Verstappen to win that race.
I would just like to say, I still finished last in the Bold Championship predictions.
I don't think that matters.
I needed a win.
The principle still stands.
Remind me what the Monza curse is again?
The winner of the year before DNF's the next race. So
That's with
Charles won, then DNF, Pierre won, then DNF next race.
Ricardo then won and DNF. And
So
Max won last year, so...
yeah.
So that would be acceptable, yes.
Shotgun!
No, how is that acceptable? The man's won the last 9 races in a row by about a combined 40 minutes.
Because there is a strange trend when it comes to Monza. When it's happened at the last 4 Grand Prix,
It's locked in now.
Consider it a
Written
trend
down.
No, wait,
and allow it.
now should that be? It's like trusting a Ouija board.
Good times. Good times.
I can announce the winner, and now 2-time winner of Rant of the Year is Rich.
Oh, get on!
Moaning at the F1 game.
Thank you. I stand by my comments. Even though this year's game was an improvement, it's still shocking compared to Wheel.
Next
up, we have the Joke of the Year. Nominee number 1, if I actually go on the PowerPoint, it's Rich. The first episode of the year, setting the bar straight away with a Piastri joke.
I don't even remember this.
And Oscar Piastri has picked 81.
I want to say that was probably the go-kart number he had.
I want to say that it's because he's so young that looking down at the nose, it reads 18. I'm funny. I'm also old.
Pretty much for setting the bar straight away with that awful joke. 4 minutes into the first episode of the year, you're coming up with that. Very much set the precedent for the rest of the year.
Oh,
and how awful it was going to be. Nominee number 2 is me after rumours of Taylor Swift and Alonso dating.
No.
No. You
Sure,
should
it's a comeback
apologise to
W.
one person and they've agreed to come on your podcast, probably out of pity for you. And they're calling that a comeback W? No. So, yeah.
Ben, what were you going to say?
Fernando Alonso's got a comeback W.
I knew that was coming.
Did we?
I apologise to his ex-wife.
Did we?
Top banter. Nominee number 3 is Chris for giving me a yellow card after a questionable comment.
Top 8's not really bold. I'd say that's more given.
Yeah.
Should I say top 5 then, or just
Top
change
5.
the
I
driver?
will take top 5.
Fine, top 5.
Lance is a phenomenal driver.
I'm sorry, what? I'm clipping
Ben, that's a yellow card.
Well done, Chris. Bringing your referee experience into the game. Nominee number 4 is me for saying this about King Charles.
Out with any
What?
FA jokes around the King's coronation the same way you did when the Queen passed away.
I think this is safer ground, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's died.
Less chance of cancellation.
Sausage fingers is fine.
He does have them, to be fair.
Yeah, he does. He's got a good pair of Richmonds on him.
It's not wrong.
No. I can announce that with Joke of the Year, it was a combined vote for 1 each.
Ooh, a three-way tie.
There was a 3-way tie. So, and that was between Chris giving me a yellow card, me about the rumours of Taylor Swift and Alonso dating, and then there's also another one that I've completely forgot about, which is me and Rich after Sergio Pet. This was in the vote. This was what it was also tied with, by the way. Don't you worry.
I was going to say, where's this come from?
It was me and Rich after Sergio said he knows what the issue is.
But Sergio has said he knows where the problem is.
The driver.
Yes.
Him.
So, yeah, I mean...
Is he looking in the mirror as he said that?
I know what the problem is.
Yeah. So those three were the all joint on one vote. So I don't know how you want to.
We just all take the W.
Yeah,
We
they
all
all
take
win.
the W.
Yeah.
We all win Joke of the Year. Well done to all three of us.
We have therefore confirmed that Nia is the only unfunny person on the podcast.
Yeah, Nia's not funny. Moving on. It's the savage comment of the year.
Oh, this is an award I look forward to.
This is a big one, as they all are. Nominee number 1 is Rich for putting me in my place when he says that he has news. I have got news.
Oh, Ben has.
Well, first I say
placing £5 on that Jensen Button's going to appear in the next 3 minutes.
You do.
Yes. Give me.
Guess who's back racing next year, bitches?
I was going to say we actually forgot to cover that in the news section. Anyway, moving on.
I didn't talk about it on purpose because I knew that was coming up. So, welcome to WEC. Nominee number 2 is Nia for hitting on a Formula E team Maserati where it hurts. With this comment with Dan Tickton.
Not to say DS to cheater.
I know.
Why do you want Maserati to do well?
They were Venturi, and Venturi were my favourite team, so now Maserati my favourite team.
Yeah, they are second to last.
You're having a great year this year, aren't you? Second to last in Formula E, last in Formula 1.
Maserati have been beaten by Dan Tickton.
Oh, okay. That's actually more painful than anything you could have said about Formula 1.
Well done, Nia. Nominee number 3 is Rich destroying Takuma Sato in one sentence.
Pass off as true enough is that once a championship gets old enough, you don't really remember where drivers finished below
2021.
second. Okay, then. But like what I'm saying is you don't remember where Takuma Sato finished in his debut season. You don't remember.
Poor Takuma Sato.
Look, for some reason that was the first name that popped into my head.
I'm sure Takuma Sato remembers where he finished in his debut season.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
It was 15th for Jordan in 2002. What a drive. Nominee number 4 is me after Leclerc made a song about Australia 23. So Leclerc's releasing a song called Oz 23.
23, yeah.
Hopefully it will last longer than his actual Grand Prix.
It's really going to be like a minute.
It was about 40 seconds long. Now, that is all the nominees, and the winner, by unanimous vote, is Rich for destroying Takuma Sato's career.
Oh, damn.
And there you go. How does it feel to ruin a Japanese driver's career?
Could have probably picked literally anyone.
Yeah, you know.
For Takuma Sato.
Yeah, soz, not soz. I'm not soz.
It has provided us with one of the best out of context moments of the year. So we apologise to Sato, but we don't really.
I love that I can also like carbon date where I was in the year by my background.
Right,
Okay,
moving
Council
on.
of the Year.
Is the Council of the Year
Ben's
nominee?
Award. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ben of the Year award. Nominee number 1 is Rich for exposing Jack Nicholls during an FE broadcast for him to then get actually cancelled.
Because I cannot show you the broadcast, so I recorded the audio. Here it is.
Here, in the oldest capital city in the Americas, a new era is about to dawn at the 2023 Hankook Mexico City E-Prix.
Going strong.
We have new teams, new drivers, a brand new electric race car, but I can still guarantee the trademark action in the opening round of the ABB FIA Formula One World Championship.
The what, sorry? The
Formula One.
Oh, dear.
Formula One.
Oh. Oh, Jack. Ah.
He then got done for sexual assault, was it? Or something like that?
Something like that.
Very bad man. Nominee number 2 is Mia Nia for making derogatory comments.
He got there eventually.
Towards blondes.
In my defense, I am blonde, so
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
yeah, born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
The Turn 5 podcast would like to apologise to the blonde population for
Why?
Ben's,
And
for
would also
Ben's
like to
derogatory
stipulate
comments.
that other hair products are available.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. Natural blondes, right? I'll put it to that. Although,
The Turn
if you
5
dye your hair
podcast would
blonde-
like to apologise to all natural blondes.
You know, artificial blondes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
The Turn 5 podcast would like to apologise to all artificial blondes for Nia's derogatory comment.
What? I was blonde for a while, I can say that.
Explains a lot.
Brutal.
How did that not make it into Savage
Yeah.
Comment of the Year?
I completely forgot about that part. I'm sorry. Chris has now won Savage Comment of the Year. Nominee number 3 is me when seeing the 24 Hours of Le Mans trophy and saying this comment about Warwick Davis, the national treasure.
From like his mid thigh
It's
to
like-
above his head. Warwick Davies doesn't stand a chance. Like, don't.
Warwick Davis
Why?
sees that, he thinks it's a slide.
Well done to me for insulting a small minority there. Nominee number 4 is Chris for stitching everyone up on the intro of the Austria review. Now, this is when the
Hello,
driver
and
passed away.
Welcome everyone to the Turn 5 podcast. A bit more of a muted start because we're going to start by talking about Formula Regional European by Alpine, where unfortunately young driver Diano van der Hoff sadly lost his life at Spa.
Yeah, no pre-warning about that.
I don't think it should
That's
be
fine,
me
Chris.
that was nominated for Cancel of the Year. I think it should be you.
Yeah, no, because it is your fault. 'Cause you didn't say.
Nia and Ben
I'm
knew.
not
Sorry,
laughing.
Nia and Richard knew it was going on. You burst out
No,
laughing.
I just managed to keep a straight
I've been
face.
thinking. Yeah, and then because I can't laugh, it makes me want to laugh. I'm not laughing at him.
I'm also very glad I was looking down at my
Obvious.
phone at that point, so I didn't see Ben's reaction because I probably would.
Yeah, so I'm like, what's he on about? Oh shit! Hold on, Chris. Thank you for that, for stitching me up. Nominee number 5 is my bold prediction at the Italian Grand Prix. I think we can all guess what this is going to be about.
And you joke about the Queen.
Oh no, that should have been my bold prediction.
Charlie Boy cops it.
Yeah, avoid the Charlies.
Oh god.
Do you know what? Here's what we're going to do. If the king dies this weekend, we will give you 20 points.
No, it's just got to be an instant win of the championship because I got 100 points last season for saying a groundhog would get squashed.
Okay.
Again, carbon dating the fact that I just moved into my new place because of how much of a state it was.
Yeah, geez. Oh my.
Thankfully, that didn't come true because I then won the championship.
Just.
I can announce that it was once again a 3-way tie.
Oh.
Now, this is between Jack Nicholls getting exposed, me saying Warwick Davis thinks that that's a slide, and Chris stitching me up.
Jesus Christ.
So, as it's me too, which one? I think I take that.
Whoa!
Yeah. Moving
No,
on.
it's a three-way tie, so we all win.
You were nominated on 2 different counts. That means you won 2
yeah.
different parts, not double up on that.
As was established in the previous round.
Yeah.
I'm 2-time Council of the Year. Thank you.
Well,
Prediction.
yeah, but others won.
Actually, to be honest, yeah, you can have that. It's still the
Yeah,
Ben of the
do you
Year.
want
then.
that award, Chris? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Nominee number 1 for the prediction of the year is me for saying when Danny Rick's doing a test at Silverstone saying that Nick DeFries would get sent to Narnia. A week later, Nick got sacked and Danny got hired for AlphaTauri. Danny's doing a test on Tuesday, which Christian and Helmet are bigging up to see how he does, so then they can launch Nick DeFries into Narnia. Nick DeFries then did get sent to Narnia, and we haven't seen him since. Nominee number 2 is Chris for a Spa sprint prediction, saying Gasly to win, to come home in an unexpected P3 in the sprint. So this is stretching a little bit.
What's Chris picked, Ben?
I think he's done a Lance Stroll P1.
Yeah.
Pole position. You know, he's got a history of the one pole position. So, and then for the sprint, I think he said Pierre Gasly.
He did
to win a race again.
Pardon, Chris. From us taking the piss
to almost giving you points.
Yeah. Nominee number 3 is Rich for saying it's Perez when Chris says the battle for P2 is pretty much over. And Sergio then went on to DNF his home race.
Obviously be back up to about 40 now.
39.
39, yeah. So barring a Checo DNF.
Wow.
Which is
not out of the question.
Yeah, which isn't out of the question. Then I think it's safe to say that is probably done now with 4 rounds to go.
Hey.
Because you
It
essentially
ain't
have
over
40
till it's
points
over.
swing.
Yeah,
I was right.
He was right.
To be fair, so was I, because the gap then also
yeah.
didn't close.
Yeah. But then you're also unlucky with the fact that Lewis got disqualified from USA.
Yeah.
Nominee
But then
number
that's
4,
what triggered that conversation was.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. Is Nia for her Mexico bowl prediction of Stroll to take out Perez, Alonso, Bottas. For Stroll to take out Perez, Alonso, and Bottas, sorry. And 3 of the 4 drivers to all be involved in accidents, and Bottas to take out Stroll.
Nia hasn't given us a bold prediction, which means we get to choose.
Lance Stroll to become the World Constructors Champion.
yeah.
I think it has to be something that can feasibly happen.
Oh, sorry.
We have said that before. It has to be something that can happen.
Right, my bad.
Very slim chance, but
that would perhaps be if Nia doesn't submit a bold season prediction next year.
I love how nobody clarified the fact that I said Constructors Champion.
Well, Max Verstappen is essentially the World Constructors Champion.
This is true.
So
this is very true.
That's the way we would class it.
Yeah.
So let's say Lance Stroll to take out no less than 3 other drivers.
Yeah,
I was going to go Lance Stroll top 5.
Oh.
No,
2 very different
Stroll
predictions
taking
here.
out 3 drivers was unless we say Perez to take out 3 drivers.
No, that's more likely to happen. Did you see the race in Japan?
Yeah, that's why I said it. If you're not
okay, so Stroll to bowl at least 3 drivers.
For double points, should we name the 3 drivers?
Yeah, okay. Perez.
Alonso.
Oh, Bottas.
Yeah.
The bowling reverse.
Incredible thinking from all of us. It's fair to say we know what we're on about.
We know
Finally, yep, we know wheel knowledge. Finally, we have Nia for her Brazil bowl prediction of Ocon to be in an accident, and then for Ocon to collide with Alonso during qualifying.
Right, what do you want to put for Nia's bold? Because this
Nia's
is like,
bold.
important.
Right. So we always involve a driver, and this driver always gets involved in some sort of accident. So, who do we want to be involved in an accident?
The power of the gods in the palm of my hand.
I sort of want to say Perez, but he gets picked on so much.
So much.
Bad.
You've got to let him have 1 week off, right?
Yeah, we let them slide. And Stroll. We let Stroll slide as well.
Yeah, you want him to score points, that's why.
Yeah. So I think Alpine deserve a little bit of slander.
We want an Ocon?
Yeah.
I'm feeling an Ocon.
I'm thinking Ocon.
Alright, what's Ocon happening? Or we could just have Ocon wipes out his teammate.
Yeah, Ocon to be involved in an accident.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say that.
Oh yeah, it's Brazil as well.
Yeah.
Famous rep. So.
Good stuff.
And I can announce that the winner is Nia for predicting that bold prediction at Brazil. The first person to win a Turn 5 award and be no part of it whatsoever.
Beautiful.
Now, it's the biggest one of the awards. It's the moment of the year. And the first moment is Nia on the 100th episode that we've ever done, showing that not much has changed since the start with her camera.
I've written a dissertation.
Well, you should have been doing that since before the last Grand Prix. That's bad time management.
No comment. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
100th episode wouldn't be complete without a near camera break, would it?
I think we're leaving this in.
Yeah.
Well done, Nia. Nominee number 2 is Rich after finding out Devin Butler has a sister in Breaking Point.
The new character, the champion of F2, and I can't remember her name.
Callie Mayer, Devin's sister.
Which is an interesting take.
But
We've got another Devon.
Wow, there's a woman.
Are we going to get one over on Devon by nailing his
I
Keep
believe
it family friendly.
That is the podcast over.
Because
all men care about is shagging women.
I don't.
Come on. You know that's a good way of going about it.
From what I understood from the press release, Devin said, Peggy,
Anything to say for yourself, Rich?
I think it would have made Breaking Point more interesting.
Facts. Nominee number 3 is Rich for mistaking the pit.
Yeah, it's not that easy, is it, you little shit?
The pit exit for a piss exit. Now, this wasn't involved in the episode because Richard edits it, so he cut it out. However, there is this very interesting cut.
On getting Sonoda out, so Lawson was sat on the way in, just blocking the Haas pit exit. I can cut that bit in. Pog.
I can't hear it.
For anyone who doesn't understand what happened then, just listening to the episode and me just random saying, piss. They'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, throw you under the bus while saving me from it at the same time.
Nominee number 4 is Nia for becoming a rally driver every time she gets in a car.
Rallying's is easier to relate to because I don't do it on normal roads. Adrian Flux, don't listen to this. Please.
What, do you go in your car and turn into a rally driver? You have your friend there saying 2 left, 3 right.
Again, I live in the middle
on
of
the
nowhere.
on the trip to Tesco.
5 right over crest, don't cut.
You have to listen to my call.
No, for real though. When he's gone. Oh god. No, but like.
As we were saying earlier, I live in the middle of nowhere. I have to drive 4 miles to get to the nearest village. All of them are country roads.
So you're just like, yeah,
though.
3 left, 3 hard left, sharp cut.
A co-driver just appears from my driver's seat when I go past 40.
Gets in the car, Peter Solberg just appears.
Are you allowed to go past 40 now? I thought people in Wales weren't allowed to go past 20 these days.
60 until I get to 7 miles away. Just 4 miles away.
Then it's
So
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 into traffic. Gold from all of us. Nominee number 5 is me after backtracking on Norris to win a race before the end of the year. I said Norris would win a race.
Coward.
From when was it? Probably Qatar-ish?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Around there, and then I backtracked on the very last race.
Podium, Ben?
In 3rd place, Piastri.
Okay.
In 2nd place, Norris. In 1st place, Verstappen.
What? No, I'm sorry. Hang on. Run it back. Insert clip from last week. I'm predicting Norris to win every race until the end of the season. What happened there, son?
Might just like me want to try and win.
Ah, I see. So you took the coward's way out. Nice.
I'll put Norris to win then.
No, it's too late. It's in the book.
If you want to get your high horse, be like, oh, you go against your word.
Yeah, no, it's too late. It's written down.
Call me a Tory MP. Pardon me.
Good stuff.
Now, I can announce that it is once again a 3-way tie. And that was between Nia for becoming a rally driver, me for backtracking on my word, and Rich for the Butler sisters. Sisters? Yep.
Sisters, plural. Hey, yo.
So, now that it's the moment of the year, so I reckon it's only right if we spin a wheel on it.
Oh, God.
Because it's the biggest one. I think there should only be one winner ever for this award.
It's tension.
So, sorry, Chris, but you can commentate over the wheel spinning.
And it's lights out and away we go!
Oh, that was the wrong one.
It's Nia. Nia's won it. But Nia's won the moment of the year yet again.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
See how the starting light sound? I was trying to do that until it stopped. I just pressed the wrong clip. I got Crofty instead.
Well done to Nia for becoming a rally driver every time she gets in a Vauxhall Corsa with live ducks.
Woo.
Now, that is all for this year's podcast awards. Thank you for watching or listening. It's an honor and a pleasure to host this absolute dross of an award show and just be able to be a creative idiot and cause carnage.
And, well, with that, the 2023 season has come to a close.
Insert TikTok montage of 23 images from the year, because that's how they do it. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But no, yeah, that does actually bring to an end the podcast for the 2023 season, year, everything really. Thanks very much for watching or listening.
It's it. We're gone. It's all over.
Death. Executions are scheduled for the morning. No, but yeah, that's it for the year. Thank you very much for those of you who have listened, watched throughout 2023. We do appreciate it. We know it's not a huge group, but we enjoy making it, and we hope you enjoy watching as well. We will be back in January as we start to get ready for 2024. And hopefully a more competitive season than we had this year. We will need to wait and see on that one. But yeah, no. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will see you next year for the Turn 5 podcast. Ciao for now.